Hey everybody, I'm Adam.
And I'm Santa. Could you hear that jingling?
I don't know if they can. That's a cat. That's Michael. And today we're going to talk about Halloween films or horror films in general because it's Halloween time. And
You want my treat?
no, we're born in Ohio.
Why would you cut this out?
Because
it
has nothing to do with
radio
Halloween.
podcast glory. It has nothing. Yes, it does. That's terror for you
Radio-
and pleasure for me.
Pottycast?
Yeah, podcast.
That sounds like a podcast on pooping. A pottycast.
We can do that too if you
a
want.
podcast while pooping.
It's important to poop every day, people.
We could do this in public restrooms. We just take in microphones and a field recorder.
Okay.
And now we have a new podcast called Pottycast. We podcast until they kick us out.
Can we only go to those rest stops? We just pick a highway and then just keep going.
Sure.
We need to get like 2 weeks.
We'll do a tour.
Access from our wives, and that's just what we do.
Yeah, this will be a limited podcast.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
I honestly think we should do that. That's hilarious.
Oh God, it'd be so ridiculous.
It'd be gross. We should do the women's restrooms too. Mix it
we'd
up
have
every
to-
now and then.
We'd have to get rid of that equipment, like after.
Oh
it's
yeah,
all done.
afterwards. Yeah, gross. What if we just went into the family restroom in the public?
Okay,
In the
I'm done with it.
Oh,
Anyway,
you son of a bitch! This isn't about you, motherfucker.
I know. I want to get on to the topic of
All right, go ahead.
because
Just
it's
whatever.
Halloween time, and Mike and I have left you guys in the lurch for a couple weeks.
Because he leaves.
Well, no, it's because of Mike's fault all the time.
He leaves.
But
No,
by the
not
time
me.
you're hearing us again,
Yeah.
it's Halloween, and thought we'd talk about some of our favorite things to watch around Halloween time,
Yep.
which I feel like you'll have usually, like you do, more to say here because. Not just because you've seen more stuff than me, but because horror is kind of your jam.
Fucking love it.
It's not really my jam, but I can throw some stuff out there.
It's funny that I know it isn't your jam, but at the same time, like some of your top favorite, if not your top 4 or 5 films ever, would be in the Evil Dead franchise, which I completely agree with. You love those movies.
They're not in my top 5.
They
films.
fucking should be.
No.
Oh, Mr. Inception, and
I like Inception.
I
I
like
Fight
Inception
Club.
too.
I
but
like Children of Men, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Sometimes a top film can just be one that just gives you absolute pleasure. It doesn't have
That's
to be the
true.
best shot and everything else.
Ghostbusters gives me absolute pleasure, and that is definitely in my top 5.
Okay, why do you know what? I'm glad you gave me your Evil Dead ash and shit toys because you don't deserve them.
Why? Why
They're
would
not-
why
you
would one of the
just-
Evil Dead films have to be in my top 5 films?
I was just saying a rough estimate of meaning you very much enjoy those movies.
I very much enjoy I don't like the first one that much, honestly.
I feel like I'm giving you therapy now. Like I have to get this out of you because
this
you've
is
been-
where
you've been-
the
you've been
line is
somebody
drawn.
who you aren't for years.
No, this is where the line is drawn between me and you. So you're the guy that likes Evil Dead 1. I'm the guy that really likes Evil Dead 2.
No, but I really like the other ones as well.
Yeah, but I'm more the horror comedy. Like straight horror, I'm usually not that into it.
Oh, so you're into those what are they called? Scary movies. That stupid, the fucking. It's like 15 brothers, all African American. They're all they're all comics, comedy. Wayans, the Wayans brothers did that. I think it's called.
Oh no, I want it
dumbest.
to be fun, like smart comedy, like Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, Shaun of the
or
Dead's wonderful.
Cabin in the Woods,
Zombieland.
Zombieland. Those are all good. There are some straight horror films that I like. I like 30 Days of Night. That actually might be my favorite, like more straight horror film. I like vampires.
That's why you're a Twilight fan.
No, fuck no.
How many times did you read that book?
Never read
the
it.
first one.
Never read the book.
Just the first one. Be
I've
honest.
seen 2 or 3 of the movies.
He has Twilight pajamas, people. I want you to know this. He sleeps in them every night. It's not a lie.
No, just because they sparkle doesn't mean they're Twilight pajamas.
You know what? No, fuck you. You don't like vampires. You didn't finish Buffy and Angel.
Yeah, I did. I finished both of those.
Did you finish them both at the?
Yeah,
I thought you
you
stopped at
fucking
one
idiot.
point. I thought
No.
you stopped at one point.
I might have gave a break between each series.
I don't know
Like
how you
I
do
did
that.
a break between Buffy's before I started Angel. Angel was a better series.
It's a more serious tone and less campy. A little less.
I
campy.
mean, well, it still can be. But
yeah, it is, but a little less. Anyway, at least there wasn't a fucking musical on that one,
But there were puppets.
which I own all of. Hey, by the way, did you ever get to Ashy Slashy in
Yeah.
Ash vs Evil Dead? You know, I've got both of them now, right? I've got
No,
got
that's awesome.
yeah. So I'm waiting for Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is the final season on Netflix?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, I need to finish it then.
Which, by the way, sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys have not watched Preacher, the season ended in like the summer. You've got to watch that show. It was great. It ended very satisfying.
Wait, it was at the series ending?
Yeah.
Fuck.
At season 4, they were done after 4. But I'm saying it's a satisfying ending, and it is so good. It's so good.
It's a shame that they ended that one when they did though,
I know.
because it's because they're having so much success. I'm sure Amazon after The Boys
Yeah.
was such a huge smash hit, they were like, "Here's the biggest truckload of money
Yeah, I'm sure too.
for you,"
Yeah.
and they went to AMC like, "Hey, do you got a big truckload of money?" And they're like, "It's the same size truck. It's not a small truck."
Seth was just on Howard Stern this last week. Howard went out to LA because I listen to him every day. Not religiously. Sometimes I get the recordings. But anyway, Howard was talking to him about. He's like, "You did that boy stuff, isn't there some?" He's like, "Yeah, Preacher and all this other shit." And he's like, "Fuck, you do everything." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "That Preacher's really good." He's like, "Oh, the guys we have running it, it's perfect. It was amazing." I think either the actors just wanted to be done in 4 seasons, or they had an arc just for 4 seasons. But I think they maybe could have fit one more season in, maybe.
I
But
used to have that graphic novel series, and it was like $6 or $7.
did you?
Yeah.
Why don't you have it anymore? For some reason, I knew somebody that had it.
I think I think that was one of my more dumb decisions. I like made it halfway through the series, and I was like, "Oh, they're doing a TV show. I'm just gonna go with the TV show."
That
and I
doesn't sound
fell
like
back.
you at all.
I know it's not usually a move I would make, although at this point, like with how shitty Walking Dead got and whatnot, I almost just want to not read those.
Did I tell you? We're still on horror, so we're doing well. I tried to pull up the next season of Walking Dead on Netflix because it's on there. Because I told you I stopped like what was it? I think 3 seasons ago.
Yeah,
And I was
something
like,
like
you know
that.
what? I'm gonna just fire this up and see if I can. I got halfway through an episode and said, I am ungodly fucking bored. Just backed it up, and again, I couldn't do it.
We didn't see last season. That's when we had tapped out before that. I'm like, we're not buying the seasons anymore.
I fucking love what's his nuts that plays Negan. Like I love that.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
That actor. Love him. Love him.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to horror films during Halloween. What do I watch? Probably my favorite horror film of all time would be The Thing, and I mean the Kurt Russell one.
Mm-hmm. Which,
what?
get ready, I've never seen.
Jesus fucking.
It's been a while since you've gotten to blow up like that.
That fucking movie is. God damn.
I know, bud. I know.
Like you would.
I know. I just haven't seen it.
I have to wait till you're on your deathbed just so I can fucking strap your ass down and just make you watch and finish movies. Make you watch all the ones that I feel like you need to watch. Mm-hmm. But I'll never make it that long.
No. You'll be dead way before me.
We won't go into breaking down with these movies, but basically there's something that comes from space.
I know the concept of it.
And
I'm not
it's basically
unaware.
a changeling.
Yeah, a
And it's-
changeling.
Yes, and it's man, it's good. It's so good. The direction and everything, the story, the way it ends,
Yeah.
so good, so good.
I definitely have seen like clips and whatnot,
yeah.
but I've never seen it in its
Kara would
totality.
never make it through that movie.
I don't know, man.
Is she growing up a little bit? I don't mean growing up in a bad way.
No,
She can't
no.
hear me, can she?
No, I don't think she can hear you. No, you saw her watch Alien. Like,
Okay, but
if
Alien.
it's like a film that was done in the 70s,
Yeah.
it's nowhere near gonna like freak her out as much, just because, the physical effects and stuff, they're not as clean as they are today. I mean, they're still good, especially for the time, but they're not gonna be as scary as when you first saw
But
that.
she does it as a protective measure to giggle
No.
at this so it doesn't bother
That
me.
fucking
Are you shitting on Alien
that
right
alien.
now? Are you fucking shitting on Alien right now?
I'm not. But that alien jumped out of that egg onto that guy's face, and her immediate response wasn't, "Oh fuck!" It was, "Got him." That is not the reaction of someone
Oh,
who's going to be scared
it is.
at 1970s
It is.
horror films.
Is.
We can test this theory. And she actually didn't think The Conjuring was scary.
The Conjuring I didn't find scary ever. It just there's a few jump scares in there. The Nun is creepy. I don't find the second one scary either, but I find things unsettling. Like The Exorcist. I'm
Like
45
I wasn't
years old. I
scared
can't.
while watching Conjuring,
Yeah.
but I saw my own shadow, and it freaked me out afterwards.
Sure, it gets your mind.
It gets you in a spot where you're like, there could be creepy shit out there, and then
yeah.
I see something like that looks creepy. It fucks you up for a minute, but yeah, like you said, it's not exactly a scary film.
Yeah, it's still.
But like the days afterwards, she was just like, I'm like, fuck off.
All right, I'm putting her in a chokehold before I leave. Sorry.
No. I don't want that to be what the rest of my day revolves around. Police reports and
You think I'll be able to come back over and record again?
no, that's not how that works.
You know what? You choke my wife. I'll let you come back over to finish the job.
God damn. I guess it is a Halloween.
She'll
podcast.
never listen to this. I can say whatever the hell I want. Anyway,
That's true.
Halloween films. Don't watch a single one of those fucking Rob Zombie Halloween movies. I do mean the Halloween movies. Although
I wouldn't.
Devil's Rejects.
Well, Devil's Rejects, I would even consider like a horror film. Would you consider?
No, I don't consider it a horror film. No.
At most, it's like maybe a thriller.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's like a road trip of bad people.
Yeah.
It's like a Thelma and Louise, but with the Devil's Rejects.
You saw that what are they called? 3 from Hell. What the fuck? It got just slammed.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I know that I thought you and Kyle were excited about seeing that.
I wasn't.
Maybe it was Kevin. I didn't even finish Devil's Rejects.
I liked Devil's Rejects. I thought it was better than House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, I'm sure that's true.
But no, I think the only reason to maybe see it is because that dude, Captain Spaulding, that actor died.
Who fucking cares? That guy's weird looking.
Okay, so if Kane Hodder, is Kane Hodder still alive?
Yeah, he is.
If he died, and like he had done like one last Voorhees movie, are you saying you wouldn't be like,
That's not fair. If it's a Voorhees movie, I'm seeing it regardless. Now, if he did one more horror film, like it's his last horror, because he does a bunch of other ones, right?
yeah,
No, wouldn't see it. Not unless the movie actually looked good to me. Swear to God.
I don't know about that.
I swear. It's like I love Robert Englund, but he's in a lot of shitty horror films. I won't see like the majority of them. I tried for a while. Oh, he's in this. I should see. What the fuck is this dumb shit? Yeah. Same thing with Kane Hodder. A bunch of.
Okay, so you've just gotten old enough to where you're that jaded, and
No,
you're not. You're no longer on like the team of. You're like, I gotta support my team, my boys, my horror boys.
I support Voorhees. Whatever.
You gotta support some. You can't support our sports teams here.
Nobody can
Jesus
support
Christ.
that shit.
Did I tell you what me and Kara were at a bar and there happened to be a Bengals game on? I haven't watched the Bengals in years.
Yeah.
And she's like watching. She's like, this doesn't even look like football. Like that's how bad they were playing. Like,
Yeah.
dude, do they get paid?
It's since the first game. Like the first game, they played well. The whole team, offense, defense. After that, it was what you saw that time. Literally the rest of the season so far.
Yeah.
But we don't talk sports on here because I
No.
could go on forever
And I
you'll
couldn't.
you'll just slit your wrists.
Oh yeah. And nobody wants that.
You should watch Exorcist
Sure.
on Halloween. That's a done. You need that movie still stands. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Unless your wife is sitting there going, I know at some point she turns her head, so I got to like watch for when the fake shit happens. It's actually still really well
I don't think
done.
she's like watching for like shitty effects. I think, and I understand like how like because back then like that movie freaked people out. I
yeah.
know my Uncle Dane, it's like one of his like favorite horror films, and it scared the fuck out of him.
Me too.
And my Aunt Denise, like I guess out of bed, like rose up and she was like,
Fuck that.
and he was like, "Don't you ever fucking do that again."
Yeah.
But today, like for someone who had never seen it, like especially if you would have seen that when you were a kid, that'd fuck you up too. But if you're an adult, like in your 30s, and you're seeing Exorcist for the first time in 2019, and you see the head spin around, and it's like by
You've been
now,
jaded by
I'm
enough
just
other
saying, like
shit, is
yeah,
what
by
you're
now
saying.
you've seen it done so many times that looks more realistic than what it was, and you see that, and you're like,
I'm still telling you, the way that they edited and cut that, it's
it's a great film.
maybe a frame on that head turn that you can catch it. I'm telling you, it's really well done.
The better thing, like that they put in like the director's cut, was that weird crab walk. I like that.
I told you about this, didn't I?
What?
So I saw this film for the first time when I was 11.
Yeah. Was that originally in, and then they cut it out?
Richard had me watch this movie. Scared the shit out of me. Yeah, it was right around that time. So, well, actually, no, because it came out in what 78, something like that.
I don't fucking know.
I watched it on like a VHS or something.
Okay.
Anyway, because I was 11. Anyway, so I see that movie, scared the shit out of me. Like mentally, just could not get it out of my head. Bothered the fuck out of me. That spider walk was not in it. For some reason, they call it the spider walk.
Yeah.
Was not in that film. So I'm 26. The movie's getting re-released in the theaters.
Was that when it was in there?
Yeah. So I'm like, it's in the theater. You know what? I'm a big boy now.
It's like, and they added this back just to fuck with you more.
I stood up in that theater and I go, fuck no! I got lost. For some reason, movies don't scare me. That fucking movie bothers me. It bothers me. And I'm not even highly religious. It's nothing like
Right.
that. It's just, no. That
Yeah.
fucking crawl down backwards and then vomit blood shit on the stairwell. Fuck that. And you know, my brother Lanny bought me the fucking toy of the spider walk as a funny, fuck him.
It's in your display case.
I can't get rid of it. My brother bought it for me. I'm sentimental to my brothers.
So I'm just imagining you late at night after you're done playing whatever bullshit video game you've been playing without me. And you're like petting your display cases, saying goodnight to all your little toys.
Dude, I love
You're
them.
like, oh, good night, Spider-Man.
Spider-Mans.
Oh, good night. Oh, yeah. Spider armies of Spider-Mans. Good night, Jason Voorhees. Good night, Carnage. Fuck you, Spider Lady. And then you run up the stairs.
Yeah, basically. I have to say, I have to talk to that Jason mannequin that I built. I have to talk to it every night when I come down and every night when I go back up, because just there's a little bit of an inkling of what if this thing becomes animated. So I have to go, hi, Jason.
Yeah.
It's not moving. Go sit down.
I have considered
You
standing in place of it.
should. I would love that.
Like working out with Claire,
I would love
to where
that.
I would just like, I would be it, and like you'd be going to bed or whatever, and then I'd just like fucking lunge at you.
It'd be great. I'm serious.
It would be great until your fight or flight instincts come in, and I know it's fucking fight,
It'd be great.
and then I'm just like, stop. It was a joke. Claire's like, get off of him. It was a joke.
What? You'd have Kara and Claire and
And
like
you guys
the
can play that
storage
video
room.
at my funeral.
It is a great idea though. It is a great idea.
Okay, yeah, sure. Now, for me,
Oh yeah.
like I've already mentioned, I'd probably go more horror comedy. I like horror comedy.
Shaun of the Dead's probably my favorite horror comedy.
Shaun of the Dead and Evil Dead 2 might be tied for me. Something about Evil Dead 2, I love Evil Dead 2.
I think it's Bruce Campbell's over the top, exaggerative.
I think it's the perfect blend of the first Evil Dead and then Army of Darkness. Army of Darkness was just a straight up comedy.
that. I
It's
love
so
that movie.
good.
So good.
But Evil Dead 2, like it's like, well, we still want to be scary, but we want to get a little more of that comedy bit that
Yeah.
we had a little tiny bit of in the first one. But that scene where the whole room starts laughing at him, and that's when he officially loses his mind.
Yeah.
Fucking love that scene.
It is
It's
great.
so good.
I forget you. Did we watch that remake together?
Yes.
Yeah,
and
that
it
was-
was horrible.
It was horrible. I thought that it wasn't it you both and I were really excited at the very beginning because we thought the style was gonna be
Actually-
was so good.
I don't know. I actually might have seen it with Kyle Brown
I couldn't remember.
I know I saw it
if
with
we saw
somebody.
it. Yeah,
because usually I don't go see movies by myself, and I don't know if that was. How long ago was that movie? Was that before I started dating Kara?
9.
That would have been well before then.
'Cause I think it was 2 years after the Voorhees remake, and that was 2007.
Okay. Yeah, I must have seen it with KB, I think. Yeah, and I just remember the first 10 minutes of that movie, I was like, oh, fuck, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the style. I liked where we were heading. And then it just got, like,
Over the top.
over
gore.
the top gore for no reason.
Yeah,
And I was like, what the fuck is happening?
and then that ending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not good.
Why did Raimi not? When the guy comes to him and says, and at the end we're gonna have this blood demon god come out of the blood pool. Why would he not say, "No, you're kind of like I get."
I think
you
he
wanna
was just trying to give somebody a chance. And that guy's gone on to do other better things.
Yeah, he also did. Didn't he do Green Room?
I don't know.
Was it the same guy?
I'm
Or
not
no,
sure.
Green Room's the guy that did the recent Halloween movie. I think Levitt.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, that movie was shit. But that said, your go-to is to watch. Okay, why? Listen to me. Halloween's supposed to be, you're supposed to be scary.
I told you, like, I don't really care about horror films that much. If I was gonna watch a straight horror film, or it's not even like 30 Days of Night isn't even really a straight horror film. It's a graphic novel,
It's a gorgeous movie.
but it's so good.
It's so good.
It falls in the horror genre just because there's vampires.
Lost Boys.
I've
That's not even. I know it falls into the horror genre. It did.
No.
I'm saying, I don't believe it does. But, when you would go rent it when I was a teenager, which I did, I rented that movie. It must have been 80 times. That was just me renting it.
yeah,
It's just in the horror section. You have to go to
of
the
course it
horror
is because there's vampires.
section. It's just, Twilight.
Yeah. Lost Boys in the same category as Twilight.
Kiefer Sutherland was in a recent interview and apologized to the world
For
bringing
popularizing the
up
mullet. Yeah. Now, there are straight horror films that I've enjoyed, but it's not. I don't feel the need to ever watch them again.
Did you see Green Room?
No.
You should.
Okay.
It's not a horror, but it's in the horror suspenseful holy shit category, and
Okay.
Patrick Stewart is the bad guy in it,
Ooh.
and you will like.
I like that.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the most recent Halloween film. I thought that was done very well.
it's done. It's done well.
Yeah.
I've got my issues with it, but
I know you do because you got stupid drunk and then were yelling at me and Kyle, who said that we liked it, but you weren't satisfied with the way we liked it. We don't have to retread that, but
why don't you just let me be me?
we tried. It was the weirdest argument I've ever had in my life. I enjoyed that first remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
God, that doesn't get enough credit. I don't give a shit what people. That is not. Neither is the Friday the 13th movie. It does not get enough credit.
Was that the first of the remakes that came out?
Yeah, that was the first.
Okay, so
remakes.
it started that off, and they did it. I think they might have done it the most successfully.
Yeah, and I think I was pretty much begging that Slade also. Wait a minute, he did do it. What the fuck am I? He did Friday the 13th and Halloween, and 30 Days a Night. Same director.
Which Halloween did he do?
No, not Halloween. Sorry,
Texas Chainsaw.
Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw. Yeah, and
Okay.
yeah, and he doesn't get enough credit.
Okay.
Do you disagree?
I don't know. I've never heard anybody shit talk him.
No, he doesn't get enough credit for those films. Like the Friday the 13th remake was really good. I really liked it. What do you, okay, motherfucker? What is there not to
I'm
like
not
about
saying
it?
it's
You
not
just don't
good.
like the
I'm
character.
just saying, like, I don't really care about that
Oh, you
franchise.
son of a bitch.
You know this about me. It's not a surprise.
That's why I don't like the game, because you're fucking biased.
No, because all you're doing is looking through drawers,
Oh, God.
trying to find
We
keys.
played a couple, or was it last week? Or no?
On Mondays
This past
now?
Monday? Well, no, this past Monday, Kyle got on. I got all the shitbirds on. We had a good time.
I'd play.
Would you? Because
Yeah.
everyone was like, we should do it. And I'm like, Adam's never going to get on this game.
I'd get on. Like, I'm definitely not going to play how we were trying to play it, like that being our new game. I ain't ever going to do that again.
Well, get on and play, because it was fun. We just did a private match, and we just giggled our
No,
fucking
I'd be
asses
fine
off.
with that.
All right.
I was always fine with that.
Anyway,
So we've been kind of ranting for a while, and I don't even know how much like horror stuff we talked about. Let's go to TV shows real quick.
All right.
You said Preacher, great.
great.
You could binge watch Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Yes.
The
very
entire
much so.
series.
And you'll giggle your ass off in a lot of parts of it. A lot of it. God, it's so funny.
If you're still watching The Walking Dead, why?
You don't do that. Oh, Prodigal Son?
I don't know what that is.
Prodigal Son. Prodigy?
Yeah,
Prodigal
the band
Son?
Firestarter.
No, this show. There's a show. Oh fuck! I had his name and it literally just disappeared immediately. Fuck. Underworld. He's the head werewolf. Twilight series. He was one of the main vampires. He just did.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Fucking A. He's got the easiest name to remember.
He does?
Anyway, what it's about is he's a serial killer. He's the father of this son. And the whole show revolves around his son's a profiler as it's grown up 15 years after his son found a body and turned his dad in. And now his dad's still, but the whole thing is his son is a profiler and goes around and catches serial killers.
So
And his
is he
dad-
after his dad?
No, his dad wants to make him like him, and so his dad. Your whole thing is they do a little bit of flashback stuff.
Is the dad in jail?
Yeah.
So he's like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah. Except he comes in to see his pops.
Did I say Hannibal Lecter?
Maybe.
That's-
But I've watched 3 episodes. The first one, I'm like, I might be able to do this. This is actually, I'll keep going. Second one, I'm like, this is getting hokey already. This is getting on my nerves. Third one, you fucking do this one more time. I'm out. So I'm waiting for the fourth one to actually get myself through it. And I'm probably shitting this fucking show to bed already. First one is a dick tease.
You heard it here first.
It's a lie. The first one's a lie. They make it look like it's darker. They made me feel like it was going to be like the Hannibal series.
Which I still haven't watched.
Oh my! Listen,
Dude, there's only so much time in a day.
that show.
I understand.
You don't know. You think I say that about? I don't say that about every show and every movie. I don't.
I
There
know-
are specific.
Did I
like
ever say
this is a Hannibal is like a Breaking Bad. It's like it is perfectly well done. Perfect actors they've chosen, acting in its story is great. The style is amazingly well done. That is a must watch show. You have to watch. It's only 3 seasons, motherfucker.
Yeah, it was must watch enough that it got canceled. What?
Angel got canceled too, and it was it was one of the most critically acclaimed shows on TV at that time, and they got canceled. Same thing with Hannibal. Fucker.
Critically acclaimed doesn't mean shit if you don't have an audience.
God.
Which is unfortunate. Which is Martin Scorsese's current argument why he doesn't like. Well, he had to clarify his statements, and I hate that this is a debate. Like his comments that Marvel movies aren't really like art or film. He called them.
I agree with him.
I don't necessarily agree with the wording, but what he's getting at is it's setting a bad precedent where if you're not coming to a production house with a franchise idea, then you're more than likely not going to get your film made.
Yeah, I agree.
So people are wanting to tell more personal, like artsy stories or just smaller stories. they're passing on that because they want a big tentpole film. So he called them like amusement park movies because it's just like a joyride. I mean, they certainly have their place. I wouldn't go as far as say as they're not art, because I think that's a slap in the face to the people that make them. But I understand his point. It's more of a comment on the business side of things than necessarily the Marvel films themselves. It's like what precedent they're setting. It's like, oh, you put out a Marvel film, you're guaranteed $1 billion. They've basically set that story up.
Yeah.
But I hope that the approach that they took with Joker, which was a much smaller film, there's no big CG beam coming out of the sky to blow shit up at the end.
If this is the
like,
route that DC takes, I'm hands down going to be a DC fan.
and that
over
that
the
movie
Marvel.
only costs $55 million to make, which
Yeah.
is like a fourth of the budget of like a Marvel film.
Right.
And it's been out for 3 weeks, and it's the highest.
Is it 800? Is it 800 million yet? I know it was
It'll
760.
it'll be by the end of this weekend for sure,
Yeah.
but it's already the top rated R film of all time.
Yeah, I saw Ryan Reynolds'
Yeah, his poster.
big "fuck you" poster.
Yeah.
That's great. God, I love that guy. I just want him to be my friend.
Right?
Yeah, I'd ditch you in a heartbeat.
You know what? I wouldn't blame you.
Can we just make him be our buddy?
That dude's
Sit here with
way funnier and way more charismatic than me.
We'll have a threesome, just the three of us together.
Yeah. Can somebody get
love that
this,
guy.
like, clip this exact moment and send it to him?
Yeah, like I
Maybe.
do. I really love that guy.
Yeah.
And it's not like you know him, but you feel like you do.
Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, we're probably past time, but give your one movie to watch on Halloween, your recommendation, and your one TV show to watch.
On Halloween.
Yes.
Okay. My one movie to watch. Friday the 13th, Part 4. Yeah. Friday the 13th, Part 4 is, you've got to watch that on Halloween. It's great. And the one television show to watch would be... Man, that's a tough one. God, that's tough. That is really tough. Fuck it, I'd say watch 3 episodes of Angel. I really would,
Okay.
because you get the campy, fun vampire shit. You know.
I don't care.
With the Nick.
I would say no.
mean,
Evil Dead 2.
I'd say Twilight Zone, but it's not on anymore. And I'm not counting the new shit. Like if Twilight
never
Zone,
saw
if you get
anything on
reruns to Twilight Zone, fucking
I
watch
guess
Twilight
I saw
Zone.
the one episode, and it wasn't bad. I would say Evil Dead 2, because that hits the mark for me, where it's got a little bit of scare and a lot of comedy.
You can still go to sleep afterwards. Your pussy. Go on.
No, I could go to sleep after a horror movie. I don't give a shit. I'm just like, oh, that was fake. That was fake.
Ow.
Why are you meowing like a cat?
Pussy.
You're an idiot.
Go on.
And then I'd say Preacher.
God, this show's so good. It's not really horror.
No, but I mean, you're still dealing with vampires live in this world and
So good.
like weird religious
Martin Sheen.
thing. What about Martin Sheen?
That's his name.
No.
No.
Martin Sheen is
No,
Charlie Sheen's dad.
It's a Sheen. It's a Sheen, though.
Michael?
Sheen.
Fucking idiot.
That guy.
Okay. Since we haven't podcasted in 3 weeks, what have you been doing, bud?
You know what I've been just trying to write when I can write, and I've been so fucking busy with shit, and I just
Hence, you're failing this podcast.
motherfucker, you were gone, bitch.
No,
And this week I tried to.
I wasn't gone.
Okay, this is not my fault this time at all. Not even close.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
Why was it my fault?
Because you're the one with absolute limited availability. I am open, my friend.
Honey, the only open
I
on you
am
is your
ready.
asshole.
I'm ready to do this thing.
You're full of shit.
I am clamoring to do this
Oh,
thing.
shit. What the fuck you got going on?
Need to do this
What
thing.
do you get going on?
What do I got going on?
Did you enjoy the Halloween party, by the way? I do an annual Halloween party.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I was not enthused by the theme.
Oh.
It didn't excite me.
It's funny.
I had a fine time.
Good.
But like I literally picked my costume that day.
It's probably the best costume you've worn.
That's not true.
It is to me.
Well, that says something about you.
Yeah, it does.
I was one of the village people.
And he looked amazing in a mustache.
I think only in that specific setting. And that with the hard hat on and stuff. Because as soon as I take that hard hat off and I'm wearing normal clothes, I just looked creepy.
Yeah, you look like a pedophile.
Yeah, it's not good.
But when you had the hard hat on with that fucking taint tickler, I was like, yes. Yes.
All right. What have I been doing?
Yeah, that's what I asked.
I was going to start getting going on that room, like my portion, since the contractors have done it with theirs.
Shit's been sitting there waiting for you to be
Well,
able to do
no,
it for weeks.
I ripped up the carpet and all the tack strips and shit like that,
Yeah.
and got that room because everything had a layer of dust and sawdust on it, so you can't paint until you get all that fucking shit cleaned up. But more work's gonna continue.
That's great.
You got a new camera, but we talked about that last time.
I do have a new camera. I showed it to you. I let you touch it.
It was
And
nice.
he almost wouldn't give it back to me.
It was bigger than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. Was it thicker too and heavier?
It was heavier for sure, and blacker.
With this pale skin, you were wondering how.
Oh shit.
All right. Until next time, you guys enjoy your trick-or-treating and your Halloweenness and
Halloweenus.
You know, I don't have anything to say. I'm bored in Ohio.
Hey, if you like what you just saw, we'd appreciate a like and subscribe, because, that helps us. And don't you want to help us? Look at him. He needs help. Hit that. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it hard. Hard. And then comment about how hard you hit it.